everyone, it's Heather here today. I am thrilled to be sharing a project with you that uses the brand new blender brushes that are available right now at Tailored Expressions. This is one of the projects that I created when I first got the blender brushes into my hands. I did the emboss resist technique and blended the colors to create an ocean scene. Today I'm going to share with you a cute tag project that uses the same design elements as the card so that you can see how easy it is and how fun it is to do the emboss resist technique using the blender brushes. I'm stamping the rainbow waves background onto the tag shapes, and I want to make sure the waves are going the direction that I want them. So first I'm going to stamp with an ink just right onto the grid paper of the Misty, and I'm going to set up a template so that I make sure that I get the whole pattern onto the tag. I'll tape my template down with a little bit of washi tape, or you could use another type of removable tape. Then when I stamp each tag, I'll set it right into this template in my Misty. I want the sentiments to show through the clear embossing that I'm going to do on the tag, so I actually need to stamp those first. I'll set those up in the Misty and make sure I have enough room for the little otter. I'm going to note where this background stamp is sitting on the cover of the Misty by using the grid lines, so I know where to put it when I'm ready to stamp it. And we're going to pick up the sentiment onto the lid of the Misty. I'm lining up my sentiment with the guidelines or the grid lines on the Misty, and don't be afraid to pick your Misty up and make sure it's exactly where you want it to be. And then I'm going to slide the tag into the template, and I'm using Oreo ink to stamp the sentiment. I'm going to stamp the sentiment by closing the lid of the Misty, and to get a nice crisp impression, I'm going to ink it up and stamp it once more. Once I have that sentiment stamped that second time, I'm going to stamp the sentiments on the rest of the tags. I'm setting the rainbow waves background back onto the lid of my Misty using the grid lines to line up where that stamp was. And now I'm going to stamp it onto the tag with Versamark ink. I'm going to ink it up. I really only need that middle section, but I'm going to make sure to kind of over ink so that it overlaps the whole tag. Once I have that stamped, I'm going to add clear embossing powder to the Versamark stamped image. It will stick where the image is inked. And then I will use a heat tool to melt the embossing powder and emboss the image. It's time to put those blender brushes to use. I'm using Sprinkles ink and Blueberry ink, and I'm going to start with the Sprinkles ink. It's so easy to ink up these brushes. Just rub it right into your stamp pad. If you want to get extra off, you can, but I think it puts the color down light enough that I wasn't feeling like I had too much ink on my brush. I'm going to use the Sprinkles ink and do kind of a wide circle around the whole tag, not to the complete edges, but just to kind of make kind of a halo effect over the whole tag. Wherever the rainbow waves image is embossed, it will resist the ink that you're applying to the tag with the blender brush. Doing the Sprinkles ink on all of the tags first before I move on to the Blueberry ink. I'm moving on to the blue brush with the Blueberry ink, and I'm just going to apply that ink just to the middle of what I inked for the Sprinkles ink, so that the deeper blue in the middle and it fades out to that pretty soft turquoise blue. One of my favorite things about the brand new blender brushes from Tailored Expressions is how the set of 10 brushes comes with a different colored handle for each color of the rainbow. You can dedicate a brush to a certain ink color that you like to blend with, and I love that. Alright, we're finished with our blending, and so let's put these tags together. I'm going to use this die from the Build a Background Waves Stamp and Die combo. It cuts a wave-shaped slot right into your project, so it will allow you to tuck your little floaty critter or other ocean critter right into there so it looks like they're floating on the water. Once the openings are all die cut, I'm adding each of these tags to a toffee tag base. Next, we're going to take that cute little otter and I'm going to add some adhesive to the back, and I'll tuck him right into that little slot opening. Need to kind of shimmy him down there to make sure he's good and secure. And then just kind of position him right where you want him to be on that tag. On the card, I added some splatters and sprinkles, and I haven't done that yet on the tag. So I'm going to show you how to do that so that you don't wreck your little images that you have already assembled together. I'm just grabbing a piece of Post-it type paper and I'm tearing it into a shape to just cover up the little stamped otters that I have on my tags. It doesn't really matter if it's exact or not, just lay them right on top, and it doesn't even have to have the sticky part. I'm using blue corn liquid watercolor that I added to an acrylic block. I'm picking it up with a water brush and tapping it on my finger across the tags to add the sprinkles and splatters. When I'm done sprinkling and splattering, I'm just going to take off the little Post-it note papers, and my project is ready to go without splatters and sprinkles on my images. I'm using the Tag Reinforcements die collection, and I die cut some reinforcements for these tags from blueberry cardstock that I had backed with some Stick-It paper. I'm going to fold the little reinforcements and add them right to the end of the tag. Once I've got them added, I'll use a hole punch to punch out that hole from the center of the reinforcement. To add a little extra sparkle and shine, I added some snow flurry sequins around the image and sentiment using the Multimedia Matte Liquid Adhesive. Finally, to finish off these tags, I tied some natural twine through each one. Thanks so much for joining me today. I just know you're going to love these brand new blender brushes from Tailored Expressions. You can find the supplies that I used for this project, including the brand new blender brushes, at tailoredexpressions.com.